If she doesn't stand behind you, she stands against you. And this is going to be a very simple and very quick coaching video I'm going to do for you guys tonight in regards to women that you date, women that you cold approach, women that you bring into your life, women that you jump into these LTRs with, or God forbid, women that you marry. Okay? If this girl does not stand behind you in your goals, your hopes, your dreams, your aspirations, anything you want to do in life, anything you want to accomplish in life, she is going to stand against you every single time without fail. A behavioral pattern I notice from dating just hundreds and hundreds of women over the last 3 decades, right? The girls who did not stand behind me always stood against me. Whereas the girls who did stand behind me never stood against me. They were always on my side. They were always like with their pom-poms practically, just cheerleading, right? They're like mental pom-poms, like, go Matt, go Matt, go Matt. They had my back. They were behind me. Understand this when you get involved with these girls, man. Because as a guy, you are a natural adventurer. You're a natural explorer. You're naturally creative. You naturally want to build. You naturally just want to leave a legacy behind. If you're going to date somebody, she needs to be behind you, okay? I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, she needs to support you because behind every successful man is a good woman. Not true, right? Not true. Because if you can't achieve that success on your own, you probably can't do it with her either, right? If she just happens to be there and you're doing it on your own and she's behind you, great, right? It just means that, yeah, she didn't try to get in your way. She didn't try to distract you. She didn't try to sabotage you. Every successful man that I've ever met has really done it on his own. He's really done it on his own. Unless he built a business with his wife, different story, right? If they built a business together, he had partners, different story. But for the purpose of a man who just goes from zero to hero, just blows up overnight because of his own doings, I mean, that's all credit to him. Has nothing to do with any dating partners he's had in the past or anything like that. Yeah, they might have motivated him to push himself to do better, but they're not responsible for that. So I don't buy into that. There's always a good woman behind every successful man. Not always true. Not always true. If she is not standing beside you and supporting you, then guess what? She is going to sabotage everything you do. She's getting jealous, right, of your success. She's getting envious. You might blow up and leave her behind. That's something very common with a lot of the girls that you'll date, is they almost feel like they'll lose you if you become successful. And you know what? They might. Just being honest, right? They might. If you become big time, they might get left behind. So they have valid reason to feel that. But at the same time, if you really love this person, you have to be willing to either, take that risk or just let that person go, right? And not stay there and poison drip him and try to sabotage his plans to become big time. You might as well just let him go if you really cared about him, right? I mean, this happened to Russell Wilson, the quarterback for the Seattle Seahawks. He basically left his, I think they were already married, like his college girlfriend or his high school girlfriend that he ended up marrying, and then obviously he went to the NFL, became big time, and then he basically divorced her and married, I think it was like Sierra or something like that. But yeah, he left her behind. So that is a risk that she has to take. Regardless, if your girl doesn't stand behind you, she's always going to stand against you. And unfortunately, most of the girls you date will stand against you. The reason why she does this is because she doesn't trust you. She doesn't have belief that you are going to accomplish whatever you're trying to set out to do, whatever you're telling her you're trying to do with your life, your goals are, your plans, your hopes, your dreams, aspirations. She doesn't believe you're going to do it. I've dated plenty of girls like that. They just didn't believe I was going to pull it off, even though I did. I became successful, right? They didn't believe it. And the whole time, it's weird because I never doubted myself for a second. I could understand, like, a lot of guys will sit there and doubt themselves, like, man, can I really do this? Can I really do it? And then they'll instill doubt in their partner, in their woman. And the girl will be like, yeah, shit, can you do it? Yeah, I never had that. I was always like, yeah, I'm gonna hit it big, man. I'm gonna do this. And you better stand behind me. But no, the girl would still go against me. She'd be like, nah, I don't think so. that doesn't seem very realistic. They would stand against me. And eventually the relationship would just dissolve anyway. Because when the woman doesn't stand behind you, like I said, she's just by default going to stand against you. Your relationship is going to disintegrate over time. You can't maintain a relationship if your partner, especially your female partner, your girl, right, isn't standing behind you. Right? If you're going to date her, she needs to stand behind you. She can't sit there and compete with you like a lot of girls do these days. They're like, oh, he's making this much, I got to go out and make more. You know, it's like everything's a competition with these girls because they've been trained to become dudes. They've been trained to act like dudes, thanks to feminism, right? They've been trained to behave like men. And that's not something men want, right? And that's not the makings of a healthy relationship. When you got your girl competing against you, my guy friends don't even try to compete against me. It's like, why would I want to date a chick who's going to compete against me? That's ridiculous, right? And even with my guy friends, these guys stand behind me. That's why they're my boys. They stand behind me, just like I stand behind them. They want to accomplish something, I'm behind you, dude. I stand behind you. You're subscribed to my channel, you want to accomplish things? Guess what? I stand behind you. I'm with you. I believe in you. I know you're going to do it, right? But imagine the chick you're with. You're with this girl. You're having sex with her, right? You're planning on marrying her. She's not behind you. She's against you. She's trying to sabotage you. She's trying to put mental demons in your head. She's telling you all the reasons why you can't do it. She's making you think of all of the bad things that can happen instead of all of the good things that can happen, right? Yeah, that's another thing. I can't date a chick who's pessimistic. I don't like pessimistic chicks. I'm very optimistic. Even with guy friends, I don't like pessimistic guy friends either, or anybody pessimistic around me. I love people who are optimistic like I am. A lot of times it's a delusional sense of optimism. It's delusional optimism, but that is what propelled me to become successful. That's why I am successful. That's why I can sit here and take these month-long vacations and just travel the world and go wherever I want and stay in nice hotels and not have to flinch twice about the bill. I'm like, I can afford this, right? It's because I just have that delusional optimism that I'm always going to make things happen. And that's just the way I've always lived my life, right? It was Einstein who said the death of a man, and I'm going to butcher this, but he basically said, the death of a man is the death of his imagination. Once you kill your imagination, you really kill yourself. You know, you talk about like the reality things, it's pretty harsh, but I keep my imagination alive. Like a lot of you guys like, why do you still date women? You know, it's like this, you know, I like keeping my imagination alive. I know what they're capable of, but I like keeping my imagination alive. Once a week, I might have like a slice of pizza or, you know, like some French fries or something. And it's like, why are you eating it? You know it's not good for you. You know it's bad for you. It's like carbs. It's like, it's part of keeping my imagination alive, right? Part of giving myself like a mental break. I know it's bad for me, right? It's just like dating women. It's like, I know what they're capable of, you know, but it's part of keeping my imagination alive. And obviously, you know, some are better than others, some are worse than others. Just because I go out a lot, I'm able to really filter out the bad ones and really just kind of like take the good ones, and even from the good ones, I have to filter them just because my time is so limited. This is why when some of you guys run into me in field and I'm with my girl, you're like, shit, that chick is hot. That chick's badass. How'd you get that girl? I'm like, dude, go out, right? How do I get a girl like that? Get my program. Then go out. Go try it. You know, you'll succeed. Just go out. You have to keep your imagination alive. And when it comes to the red pill, there's just a lot of reality, a lot of harsh truth to it. A lot of guys get this red pill rage, and I totally understand that. But once you get through that, you'll realize, like, you know what? It's okay to just keep my imagination alive, though I know what they're capable of, right? It's like eating, you know, eating a burrito every once in a while. You know, it's just bad for you, right? But it's like, you know what? It's part of keeping my imagination alive. It's part of keeping the spice of life alive. And you got to do those things, right? You got to do those things. Because living in reality 24/7 can be quite depressing. So you have to give yourself a break every once in a while. Nobody has the mental capacity without going insane to just like live in pure, unfiltered reality, you know, 24/7. You have to dilute it a bit. So, getting back to the topic, I don't know how we went off on that tangent. The girl has to stand behind you, okay? She cannot stand against you, because already women are already huge distractions as it is. Okay, whenever you date a girl, you'll notice, I mean, the chick's a huge distraction. All of a sudden, you won't be going to the gym as much. You won't be working on your business as much. You won't be working on your financial plans as much, or anything else you have going on as much, because you got this girl, right? So that car you were trying to restore, all of a sudden you're distracted by your girl constantly. So just understand that as well. They can be huge distractions. That's why you got to lay down the boundaries. You got to exercise your masculine frame, and you've got to set the boundaries in your relationship. Like, girl, I've got to have me time. I've got to have me time. I got to do this, right? I'm not going to be available 24/7. And just by default of that, the girl will become more attracted to you, because she'll be like, wow, this guy isn't another pussy-ass simp that I could wrap around my finger and that will be following me around and stalking me and waiting for me to come home, because he has other shit to do. He has a life, right? And by that, she'll become more attracted to you. But running off another tangent, getting back to the coaching video, do not date these girls that do not have your back. Okay? And if you're with a girl like that right now, I mean, I could tell you a million times, dump her and move on, and you're not going to do it. You're not going to do it. Okay? You're not going to do it until she basically just rips your relationship to shreds, limb by limb. Okay? And then it's finally over, and then you come back, and you're like, oh, shit. It happened just like you said. I'm like, yeah, I know, dude. I've seen this play out thousands of times. I've coached plenty of guys around the world. The same scenario plays out every single time, no matter what culture, what socioeconomic background you're from. I've just seen this play out over and over. It's just female behavior, how it is. If she doesn't have your back, guess what? She's going to try to sabotage you. Right? Is there a fix for this? Yeah, absolutely. There's a fix for this. Either you just cut her loose, be like, done, and move on with your life. I mean, that's the easiest fix. I mean, because time is money. Life is short. You don't have time to keep dealing with her. And usually the only reason you would hang on to her is because you're in scarcity. They're in scarcity. They can't replace her because they don't go out, right? They don't know game. They don't know pickup. They don't cold approach. So they feel like they can't replace her, and they just put up with her. That's what happens when you don't learn this stuff. You have to put up with a girl, because you don't believe in yourself enough to go out there and replace her. You rather just put up with her, let the relationship disintegrate, or just cross your fingers hoping she'll change. It will just get worse and worse until finally the relationship has completely dissolved and there's nothing left. That's when you'll be like, okay, time to move on. No, I'm teaching you right now to just cut those ties early and be like, hey, you don't have my back. I don't want to be with somebody who doesn't have my back. And you lay down the law. If you're not going to have my back, if you're going to poison drip every little thing I say and every little thing I do, if you're going to constantly have something to say about it, you know what? You need to go. If you don't have my back, you need to go. Period. Period. And that's all you got to tell her. And you know what? The girls who do have your back, right? If you're fortunate enough to meet a girl like that, who's a good woman, just has your back because she's a good girl, she's feminine, doesn't buy into this feminist shit, and she wants to support you, she wants to see you do well, she cares for you, she actually cares about you and what happens to you. Find a girl like that, you don't even need to have this conversation with her. The only women you need to have this conversation with are bad women, right? Women who are not going to stand with you. They're going to stand against you. Worst type of girl to be with, guys, especially for a man who's on his path and purpose and on his grind. If you're going to be dating these chicks out there and jumping into LTRs and even marrying them, they need to be by your side. They need to stand by your side. They need to have your back, okay? Even when things go wrong, especially when things go wrong, she needs to have your back. She can't be sitting there telling you like, oh my God, you idiot, I told you this was going to happen, I told you. You know, instead, like, hey, you got this. You can come back from this. You're going to be good. We're going to be good, right? She has to have that positive mental attitude because, as my old football coaches used to say, everything's about your attitude, right? You have to have the right attitude. You see, even when I do these coaching videos, I have a great attitude. I'm freaking energized. I feel good. Why? Because the girls that are in my dating circle, the girls that I date, the girls that I let into my life are good women. They have my back, right? They have my back. They're not standing against me, trying to sabotage, trying to like barge in here while I'm doing a coaching video. No, they have my back. My girl was just in there earlier. She helped me set up the lighting. Has my back, right? Why? Because I lay down that law. I set the boundaries. Otherwise, I don't want a relationship with that person. I'm okay being alone. I'm okay being solo. That's fine. I've dated plenty of women. I don't mind. I don't need women in my life, right? It's just a fun side effect of doing game, doing pickup. So with that said, I'm going to wrap up here. Until next time, this is M from the 33 Secrets, signing out. Don't forget to smash that like button below. Go ahead and smash it right now. Also hit that notification bell right next to it so you're notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube. More importantly, guys, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Very important you subscribe. Helps me out a ton with the YouTube algorithm. Okay, YouTube doesn't like to promote my coaching videos. I wonder why, right? So I need your help, and the way you can help me is by actually subscribing to my channel, The 33 Secrets. That way you will be notified. You will be the first to know whenever I upload a awesome, high value, fresh coaching video to my channel. You'll be the first to hear about it. Okay? You'll get the notification on your cell phone. And you'll be like, oh, M just uploaded. Gotta watch this.